Many people use social media as a way of communication, dating, to waste time, but it doesn't really matter the reason for the use of social media because it still has many more negative effects than positive. Today I'm going to be talking about standards social media portrays, the health, more specifically mental and physical health. So for my first slide, it's talking about the portraying fake standards. So in the before and after pictures, all these women are pretty before and after, but it can be hard to feel that way when other people are doing the same thing, so you feel like you have to edit your photos as well. And I didn't put any pictures of men, but men do it too. Social media portrays fake expectations for young people. Young people and adults see these fake scenarios and believe that everyone has to look a certain way and have a certain life. Celebrities only portray the highlights of their lives and not the low lives. Like, for example, I do not post like a video of me crying or like a video of me having a rough day to my Snapchat story, but I will post like when I'm at the beach, hanging out with friends, stuff like that. Everyone goes through things, but social media makes it seem like no one else is struggling, and it begins to make those viewing question their worth, which is not a good thing. Okay, my second point is mental. Multiple studies have found a strong link between heavy social media usage and an increased risk for depression, anxiety, loneliness, and self-harm, and even suicide thoughts. From the www.healthguide.com. A study at the University of Pennsylvania found that the high usage of Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram increases rather than decreasing the feeling of loneliness. This study found that the reducing social media usage can actually make you feel less lonely and isolated and improve your overall mental health and being. Human beings need face-to-face contact for their mental health to be more healthier. Some mental health disorders that can form or be triggered by social media are FOMO, or the fear of missing out. FOMO can compel you to pick up your phone repeatedly, even in dangerous or unnecessary moments, like driving, sleeping at night, and could lead to cherishing social media interactions more than physical interactions, and that's when it becomes a big problem. FOMO can lead to panic attacks, fuel social media usage, and impact self-worth. Depression is another one. The more you prioritize social media interactions over in-person interactions, the more you're at risk for developing disorders such as depression. Okay, my third main point is physical. People are influenced daily by the pressures of social media to look and act a certain way, and if not careful, these thoughts can have a serious impact on their mental and physical health. One example of that is lack of sleep. Since social media shows fake images and lives lives, it can affect many people not only mentally, but physically as well. So lack of sleep doesn't seem like a big issue until you can't focus in school or like with the people you love or while driving, it becomes an issue then. A common physical outcome of social media is eating disorders. New research suggests that young people who use social media are more likely to develop an eating disorder, says Mental Health First Aid Sue of social media. Many people lack sleep because of their phones. I am guilty of this because sometimes when I hear my phone go off, I'm like, and I have this weird urge inside of me to get up and go check my phone instead of going to bed, and then I'll be scrolling on my phone, on Instagram or whatever, and then 30 minutes will pass and I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And addiction. Many young people today tend to ignore the rest of the world when they're on their phones, and a social media addiction does not seem like a bad thing or that important or serious or anything like that until you kill someone while driving. So I'm going to show you guys a video. It's kind of touchy, but yeah. The National Safety Council reports that cell phone use while driving leads to 1.6 million crashes each year. Many people do not think that they actually are addicted to social media, but many professionals know. I'm sorry. In conclusion, after explaining the negative effects of social media on one's mental and physical health using reliable sources and a video, I hope you all have learned that social media does have a negative impact, and I cannot find the person who said this. Remember that your worth is not measured by likes, comments, or followers, but by your ability to love, keep comments to yourself, take notes, lead. Thank you.